Hey everyone, welcome to the vlog. Today we're going to talk a little bit about a change in format, a busy week coming up, and a podcast tip. Hello everyone, welcome to vlog number 14, and I'm going to change things up a little bit with the vlog. I created the vlog roughly about a year ago, and I've created 13 episodes, and it's amazing how much time goes into creating each one of those. Even though it's only about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, sometimes it takes 4, 5, 6 hours to really shoot all the video, edit it, and what I would like to do with this vlog is really kind of change it into more of kind of like a, not quite a daily vlog, but maybe a more often publishing type schedule. So to be able to do that, I'm going to need to let go a little bit of trying to make everything sound as perfect as possible. So if I'm recording this and I say an or I mix up a little bit, I have to just kind of embrace the fact that it's not going to be perfect and create a little bit more of a process for creating a short, to the point, a little bit more discussion-driven type of vlog, which is really what I want to do. Now, that's not saying that I'm not going to have maybe some 15-minute vlogs later that maybe talk about a process or an activity and have a lot more video content in it. But what I want to do is kind of get on a little bit more of a regular schedule. So I'm going to challenge myself to do 5 vlog episodes this week. So I don't think I can do a daily one. Everybody that does a daily talks about the grind, and I don't think I have time to do that. Some days it might be a 2-minute video. Some days it might be a 6-minute video. But I think I want to try and get on a more regular schedule. So my goal this week is 5. And this is going to be a busy week to do that in. Now, this will be a little bit of a crazy week to try and do a 5 vlog episode goal, but we think we can pull it off, and I think there'll be some interesting things to talk about this week as well. I am headed for St. Louis, and I'll be doing 2 different conferences. I'll be attending and presenting at METC earlier in the week, and then later in the week, the Missouri State Social Studies Conference. And I'm doing 2 sessions at each of them, but one of them is similar content. So at METC, I'm doing a presentation with Dr. Westfall from here at Liberty on OER resources. Open educational resources. So in kind of a nutshell, if you're not familiar with the OER term, a little bit of how teachers can create curriculum, not so much based on maybe one resource like a textbook, but a little bit more on curating the resources based off of the standards that they teach. So I'll be doing 1 session on that, and then I'm also bringing my 3D printer, my Dremel 3D printer, to St. Louis, and we're going to do a live print while I do a session on 3D printing in the classroom. I'm super excited about that. I've done that presentation several times this fall, and really eager to share a little bit of what we're doing with that printer in our classroom this year. And then when we do the Missouri State Social Studies Conference, I'll be doing that 3D printing session again with a little bit more of a focus on social studies and history teachers, since that's the primary audience. And then also at MCSS, I'm going to do a session on what I think is really an underutilized tool, and that is Google's Cultural Institute. It's an amazing website. You can curate things, very high quality resources. So I'll be doing that session at MCSS as well. So we got 4 sessions coming up this week, but basically 3 presentations to get ready. And so it's always a little bit hectic, but I think we're going to be ready, and I'm looking forward to a great week. The main content I wanted to share with you today is a podcast review. It's a podcast that I listen to quite a bit. We've been in the car a lot last several days. I also listen to this while I'm walking. It is a new one from NPR, and it is called How I Built This. It's by Guy Raz, and essentially what the podcast theme is an interview with innovators or people that have started a business, and really just kind of describing the whole process of getting from an idea all the way to building up their business. And it comes out once a week. It actually started this past fall. So there's quite a few episodes if you want to kind of start binge listening to them. But it's a great podcast. It's about 40 minutes long or so. Just most recently, they've had one about Kate Spade and how she started her handbag business. And she's a Kansas City native, so it's kind of interesting to listen to that. There's been some great episodes about how Instagram started. There was one on Melissa and Doug, how they started their toy company. Mark Cuban, there's a great episode with Mark Cuban. So it's a really neat way to kind of see all the struggles, because so many times we think about, gosh, someone came up with an idea and then, everything just kind of clicked and then all of a sudden they're a billionaire. But they tell some really good stories and insight about how they had to make changes, how they failed. And I know everybody's always kind of talking today about, the need to fail and those types of things. But the thing I like about this podcast is I talk about, maybe why they failed and then how they overcame that and how they had to adapt and change. So when I'm walking around kind of exercising or in the car, it's a great podcast to listen to. It gives you a little bit of insight. And then when I see these products and I know a little bit about their innovation story, it's just kind of cool to make that connection. And I've always really enjoyed creation stories. Like I've read books about, how Twitter was created and things like that. So it's something that I typically have an interest in. It's a great podcast. Check it out. It's about 40 minutes long and it comes out once a week. It's called How I Built This. So that's going to be it for today's show. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, if you like the new format. You can always find any links to things that we talk about in the blog at our website, and that is at historygeekteacher.com. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep up with all the new content, and we'll see if I can keep up with the 5 vlog challenge that I've given myself. We're going to take you along to 2 conferences this week and give you some reports from St. Louis. All right, until next time, don't forget, history is so much more than just a bunch of boring old dead guys. Until next time, bye.